Welcome to Over the Vast Nurseries on a breezy afternoon in early autumn. And here in the nursery, where we grow over 2,000 varieties of outdoor garden plants, we hope that you'll be interested to find out more about all of the things that we grow. And if you'd like to find out more about them, can I suggest that you click and subscribe to this channel, because we're busy posting new videos all the time, showing you varieties that we have selected for their suitability for this region. That's the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. And also, I hope, varieties that you'll get a chance to grow in your garden. And if you're looking for something that's impressive now in the autumn time, as you see, there's lots of really attractive ornamental grasses. Now, all of them have their merits, of course, but probably at this time of year, one of the most eye-catching and spectacular varieties that we have on the nurseries is this wonderful native grass that's called Muhlenbergia. And this particular selection, which came from the Denver Botanic Gardens and Colorado State University Plant Select program, is this variety that's called Muhlenbergia Undaunted. Now, what we like about this variety is that it's nice and robust and good, strong grower, and yet compact and bushy, only getting about 18 inches to 2 foot high. What we love about it is that this is a hardy Zone 5 selection. Now, for years we've grown the pink muhly, or the Gulf muhly as it's sometimes known. Absolutely spectacular, but a little bit more tricky, because it's a plant that really likes to grow in very well drained conditions, and also here in our region, unfortunately, it's not hardy enough to grow in a lot of locations. Now, with the adaptation of this variety, then we are able to change all that. Because here's a selection that started back in 2003 with Lauren Springer and Scott Ogden. They found a selection in north central Texas that was strong and bushy and robust. They took some seed, they grew it in their garden, and then 10 years later they found that it really was as dependable and such a reliable plant that it should be introduced to the nursery trade and to us as home gardeners. So, working with the Plant Select program, they then introduced this fabulous variety that is obviously called now Undaunted. It's a variety that you can grow if you've only got a small space as a single plant, making a bushy, spreading out plant that has really very nicely textured foliage. It comes into its own when it starts to produce all of these fluffy, billowing flowers that float like a cloud above the foliage in the late summer and early autumn time. Imagine what this plant is going to look like if you've got the space and you're able to make a nice big bold drift of it. Imagine what it would look like if you've got a bed or a sloping bank that you're able to see it, especially when it's backlit by the setting sun. Like a lot of ornamental grasses, it's not really bothered by things like browsing deer, and we've not noticed any pests and diseases worth talking about. And what we really like about it, as well as its hardiness and reliability, is that it is a plant that really is more adaptable to soil conditions. I mentioned how the pink muhly is very susceptible to drainage situations. This plant will grow in an average garden soil, will actually put up at times with a little bit of more moisture in the soil than sometimes we would like, and it still isn't bothered by heat and humidity. So in other words, here's a variety that is more reliable and more adaptable than any of the varieties that we have henceforth tried out here in the nursery. Now, one thing I should mention before I finish, and that is that the genus name honors a Lutheran minister from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He was a self-taught botanist, and I'm told that he got interested in botany while he was hiding out from the British during the Revolutionary War. Now, I'm not sure whether that's true or not, but I do know that in his retirement in 1779, he devoted himself to the study and furtherance of American botany and was particularly interested in grasses. So it's kind of fitting that today here in this region we're able to grow this beautiful, gorgeous, fluffy, pink and very colourful plant, and now have this lovely form that's more reliable and more adaptable, and one that we can all enjoy growing in our gardens in this region. This is Muhlenbergia Undaunted.